Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us on Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen. And it is so nice to be hanging out with you. Of course, April is a busy month. There's galas, there's fundraisers, there's so much going on. And it seems like the price of everything is going up as well. So I've got an expert here with me, Dr. Brenda Altman. And April is actually Financial Literacy Month. And I thought it was the perfect time to have you on and to share your knowledge, because people are like, what is happening, right?
You're absolutely right. When we think of April, we think of how the Federal Reserve of New York has declared this as financial literacy.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's a good time for all of us to just reassess our finances. Because a lot of times you look and sometimes you overspend and sometimes you're okay.
Yeah, how do you not do either of those? Just tell us, please.
I was going to say, I always tell people you don't have to be perfect.
Okay.
But you do need to monitor, right?
Mm-hmm. For sure.
And in doing that, I always encourage people to start with a budget. I don't care how much money you make, because then you know what's coming in and what's going out.
Right. So you have to have a baseline.
You have to have a baseline.
Okay. So you have to have a baseline. And so to you personally, how long have you been in the business?
So I've been in the financial services for 38 years.
Okay.
I started when I was 10.
Excellent. You know, it's funny, I started when I was 10 too. So how has this changed for you in 38 years?
Well, you're seeing different generations. I always say that the baby boomers, they're now getting older, they're retiring. But then you have Generation X, and then you also have your millenniums, you have your Generation Z. And I always like to correlate it with you got inflation going up, but you have people starting families. And all of that changes the dynamics of what financial literacy looks like. And so that's why I like doing these different type of events, because people, they just want to be able to take care of their families and they want to be able to live. And if they don't understand, the basic personal finance, that can actually devastate them. And so there's a lot of different classes during this month, not just being part of your show.
Oh, thank you.
But I'm just saying that people can seek out to learn.
Yeah, there's so many resources, right?
There you go.
I mean, and what's so interesting is that those resources are always kind of out there, but now we're just raising awareness for it because it is April, right?
Yes.
But you have a book, and I'm looking at the title out of the corner of my eye. So Money Saving Tips. Hand me that book.
Well, you might wonder, well, why did I write this book?
Yes, why did you?
So this book here was written because of my background. I had grandparents that could not read and write. And so financial literacy education was out of their reach. And I just remember they would always encourage me to go to school, get good grades, and do my best. And so in doing that, that led me to want to understand financial literacy. I also lost my mom as a child at the age of 17. So that was financial devastating. And my dad just wasn't prepared.
Right.
So, I want to help others plan for unexpected things that might come about down the road.
Yes, and you mentioned that, and immediately I'm like back to my previous husband died unexpectedly. So, and the financial hardship, just everything that comes with that, on top of the grief, right? And, we always hear about the emergency, the rainy day fund, the emergency fund, all of this, but sometimes you just don't have the capability to even have that.
Exactly.
Right? And that is what is stressful and scary for people.
Right. And, people will do better if they know. But if you don't have the knowledge and you don't understand, then you really can't. It's not your mistake.
Right.
But that's why we want people to look at their local libraries. Many times there are programs out there for people to just take advantage of and how they can improve their finances. on a short term, meaning immediately.
Right. Like right now?
Right now. Like right now. So, and I'm no different than anybody else. I mean, I like to spend money as well. And we like to enjoy ourselves and have a good time. But I also try to make sure, like you said, go back to those basics and reassess where you are. And so I was also thinking about what the debt in the United States is right now. Matter of fact, the Federal Reserve did a survey, and they said that debt for consumers is 18.8 million. And you might be going,
What does that mean?
what
Right.
does that mean? But if you think about it, things have gone up. I mean, people want to live on a home, right?
Yep.
So if you live in a home, you might have your balance or, your loan.
Right.
And it's not uncommon to have a $220,000 loan balance.
And it's not uncommon to make that payment and not see it go down. Right? I mean, that is.
And it's true, because it
Yes.
used to be, you were saying, well, how are things different?
Yeah.
20 years, you could have your home paid off.
Right. Not anymore.
Not anymore.
No.
Yeah.
So I know you said budget, right? So always have a budget, as hard as that is for people.
Right.
To sit down and kind of really know where you're at with things.
Yes.
But what is the second biggest piece of advice that you give people?
So not only a budget, I feel that people need to learn to be content. If you go back and think about your parents, they would save until they were able to get to a certain point. We live in a generation where people, the internet, not only internet, but just digital world, can cause them to want more and more and more.
Right. You want to have what everyone else has, right? You don't want to be left behind.
Right. So another advice I would give is learn to be content. Don't worry about what your neighbors are doing or your friends are doing. Each person can have a adequate cash flow within their own means, meaning that it doesn't matter how much money you make. If you follow these basic principles of making sure you have a rainy day fund and also having a budget and making sure that you don't try to overextend yourself.
And try to just be the showboat, right?
The showboat, yeah.
The showboat who's like, okay, well, I have this beautiful car, but I can't afford to buy groceries,
Exactly.
right? That does happen.
It does happen. And I find that it's a little bit more challenging for our younger people because that's why I try to encourage them to, even if you can't go to college, take some type of skill or learn something that will distinguish you from many other people.
For sure.
So that you can provide a service or a skill.
Right, a trade or any.
trade.
There are so many opportunities now, right?
Yes, yes.
So that, but the content is what you just mentioned is very interesting because my daughter the other day, she's going to be very upset if I say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. So she was super upset a couple weeks ago because she needed new clothes, she thought, right? And so I said, okay, we'll go to Target. So we're at Target and she's like, I want to go to Somerset. And I'm like, we're not doing that.
Exactly.
I mean, but it's funny. She's like, well, all my friends do. And then you feel bad a little bit because I'm like, oh, well, I don't want her to be embarrassed. No. I mean, when I was growing up, I just wanted Jordache jeans. So,
Yeah.
But the whole, I think every generation goes through that.
They do.
Right, with wanting the latest trend, wanting to be seen in the cool places. And that is tough, but it's, to teach them, okay, well, we're going to Target.
No, we're going to Target, and Target will work.
Exactly.
I was just thinking when I got this car for my son, it wasn't a fancy car, but anyway, of course, we got this. It was just a very small, economical car. And matter of fact, you could only drive it maybe to school. You weren't going to be on the freeway or making long trips.
Right.
And he says, oh, how are my friends going to think? Just like you said.
Yep.
And I remember my husband said, one thing, you probably won't get stopped by the police because it looks like an old lady drives this car. But it's all part of learning.
Right.
We want them to be able to make good decisions and we want to help them along. But we also want to set those parameters,
Right.
and let them know that we don't want them to get themselves into debt and overextend themselves.
Well, it is so interesting too, because I know when I was in school, we never learned how to balance a budget or a checkbook or anything. Of course, checkbooks are obsolete now almost, but now that class is going to be a requirement. And I think that is so good.
And you're absolutely right. It is a requirement. They haven't gotten it up and running yet.
Right. I'm hoping by the time the twins graduate, before they
hope so,
graduate in
too.
2030, because I think that will make a huge impact.
It will, because you think about, they learn English, they learn, math, but personal finance should be that as well. Because if that happens and they can learn good habits, money habits,
Right.
then they're going to do better in their lives.
It's going to set them up for success.
Exactly.
Right. So
And that's what we want.
for sure.
Yeah.
So, okay. So your book, I love this book. So tell me about this, because I love that it's Grandma Nana.
So I decided, I am a grandma.
Okay.
And I always tell people that, well, it's true. I was a grandmother at 46. So it doesn't matter what age you are.
Right.
Yeah. But my grandmother had an impact on me. She really did. And then one of the things I remember was the pound cake that she used to make.
Oh, I love pound
It had it on me too.
I love pound cake.
And it had a recipe.
Okay.
So part of this book, I put 15 money tips, meaning that each person is going to be at a different point in their lives. And sometimes you can be doing really well, and like you said, something could happen. You could have someone in your family who's ill, or you could maybe have that change in a job, or someone passes away. How do you pick yourself back up? You don't have to start from number one. You might go to that lesson and say, hey, here's what I need to take a look at. And so it's called Grandma because I wanted to have a tribute to my grandmother. Another thing, even though she couldn't read and write, we set up a foundation at Marian University where, as we began to grow up and could add to that foundation for underrepresented individual who want to go to college, we could provide a small scholarship for them.
Oh, that's wonderful. That is, yeah, that's fantastic. Okay, so I just flipped to money saving tip number 4. It is ways to get out of debt.
Exactly.
And I know, you hear the snowball, right? The snowball effect or the snowball way, or what, I don't know the proper term, but
That's exactly right.
okay, so
Correct.
what is that?
Well, you think about a snowball, right? It starts small. So some of us might have, several credit cards. And I don't want to say credit cards are bad. I just want to say use them in a way that benefits you and not the creditors.
Right.
Okay. So let's say we use the snowball and we have 5 credit cards, and each of them are different balances. Some people need to see progress quicker than others. So let's say I have one that's $3,000, one that's $5,000, $10,000. So I decide I'm going to use the snowball effect. So I start off small because I think I can get that one paid off quicker.
Okay.
And then I'm done with that one.
So that one goes away.
That one goes away.
Okay. So is that a good way to do it?
It depends on what your situation
And interest rates too, I would,
and
right?
interest rate. Some people will do the other way. They may do the avalanche, meaning that they're going to take the highest interest rate, tackle that. But what if the highest interest rate has a high balance and you can only put so much?
Right.
What we want to see is progress, because progress will encourage you to hit your goal.
Right.
We don't want you to
you
feel
get that dopamine hit, right?
Yeah, we don't want to have you fail. But the snowball, a lot of people use the snowball.
And what is your preference? Do you believe in that, or do you?
I was with the individual the other day, and we decided, because of how large his debt is, that we're going to use the avalanche.
Okay.
But I find that sometimes with younger people, that's what they need. And some of their debt can be contributed to maybe they have a student loan, or during school, there were
Right.
certain things, their car broke down, you see what I'm saying?
Right.
But now they have a job.
Oh,
And
Right.
so they're ready to get out of debt.
right. That's awesome.
And so we can use the snowball and clean up quite a bit.
See, and that makes you feel good.
Yes,
right?
it does.
It really does.
It does.
Okay, let me flip to another one. Okay, so I just saw some. Teach children about money.
I love that one. That's my favorite one.
This is your last one in here, the 15.
know. I think as parents, of course, we have to set the right example. And I think you should get your children involved, even from the time when they're really, really small. Because have you ever seen a child in the grocery store? And you want to say, hey, parent, really? And that child wants
Everything.
everything. So you try to teach them that things cost money, that you have to set a budget and you can only spend so much. And I'll give you an example. Just let's say you're going on a trip and your kid is only 3 years old. You might just say, these are your coins that you can spend, and you will be surprised how quickly they start learning.
Really?
Really? I only got this much,
Right, and they know how to make it last.
They know how to make it last.
Interesting. Okay.
And I like that. And as they get older, the same thing. Give them some responsibility that you're responsible for this. Even if you have to give, I believe in allowance.
Yeah.
Some parents do not.
For chores or not?
For chores.
Okay, because I know that's a huge thing, right? It's like, oh, well, no, they need an allowance. Well, for what? I mean, shouldn't they, right?
Yeah, and there's
Provide a service like the laundry?
and there's so many things they can do, right?
Right, yeah.
Like making sure that they put away the dishes.
Right.
According to their age, right?
Okay, so for, say, 14-year-olds, what should their allowance be?
Yeah. Well, depends on how much money the parents can afford. But here's an example. Let's say that 14-year-old is really good at making sure that they keep their rooms clean and not add to maybe, they help with the household chores. I might want to give them, $20.
A week? Or
A week.
A week, okay.
I also like to reward for good grades
Okay.
because I want them to know that when you do well, you probably make more. Now, what if they don't complete these chores really good? And you said you were going to give them 20.
Right.
I would be even willing to say, if you didn't fulfill your chores the way they should have been, I can't give you 20, but maybe I can give you 18, or maybe I can give you 15.
Interesting. Okay, so they're still getting something.
They're getting
because they did something. But
they're, yes, and they also are learning that quality matters.
love that.
Because when they get their first job, quality matters.
For sure.
Yeah.
I love that. Thank you. So this book, how long has it been out?
So that book has been out for 2 years.
Okay.
And that's your copy.
Oh, thank you.
I want you to have that.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I really appreciate coming on your show.
Oh, no, thank you.
And financial literacy education is so important to me. I truly believe that everyone deserves to be able to have a sufficient cash flow. No matter what walk of life you're in, how much you make, it doesn't matter.
Right.
You should be able to pay your bills.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you a women in business question.
Really?
You get to pick the card, any card.
Okay.
All right. So then,
Let's see.
all right,
Let's see if I
pick a
pick
card.
the right one. I want to do the middle, but I'm going to be, well, that's,
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I'm just looking straight. Okay, we'll do that.
All right, got it? Okay.
All right.
Can you read my
It's,
writing?
Yes. As a woman in business, how do you define wisdom at this stage of your life? Well, when I think of wisdom, I think of the ability to share something that maybe someone else doesn't know, right? And I am at a point in my life where I have experienced a lot of failures, right? And some success. So one of the things I always want people to know, I want you to keep trying, never give up. No matter how hard you might fall, and look for opportunities to make yourself feel better. And as women, we do that in many different ways. I'm looking at you, and your nails are beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
I was going to say, so one of the things I like to do is get my nails done, okay? And maybe it might be as simple as I'm taking time out for myself. 10 minutes, I'm going to do different breathing techniques. So that is some type of wisdom I like to share with all different women, because some of them might have children, they might be taking care of parents.
Right, all different circumstances.
All different circumstances, and we're nurturers, and so we deserve to give time back to ourselves.
Yeah, it's about time to go back to the nail salon. Well, thank you. I love that. Okay, so you had brought a cup.
Yes.
And I want you to tell me, because of cups we love, I want you to tell me the story behind it.
So if you see this cup, it says Ram on it. And many people ask me, what is that? Because they know what my name is, right?
Right, yeah.
And they say, Dr. Odom, why would you use Ram? Well, this is the initial of my youngest son's name.
Okay.
His name is Randy Anthony Meilbeck.
Okay.
There was a time in my life that I went through a custody battle. I had to choose between giving up a very high-paying job or my son. And so I took about 1.5 years off. And then as I was running out of money, I decided to start my business. And I named my insurance agency after Randy Anthony Meilbeck.
I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing that.
Yeah.
Cheers to that.
Oh,
Cheers,
thank you.
Seriously. That, see, every cup has a story, right?
Yes, it does.
It really does. I mean, people don't believe that, but I do. Thank you. There.
All right.
Well, thank you. So where is this book available?
So you can get that book on Amazon.
Okay.
That's the most cost-effective way. You can also look up my publishing company, and you can order it. It comes pretty quickly.
Okay, awesome. And what? Who is this good for?
It's been used in schools, I'll be honest with you.
Awesome.
I participated in different high schools. You can use it at all phases of your life, and it's really good for business owners.
Excellent.
So,
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And you know what? Another business owner that I know is, oh, you know what? Here. What is it?
Grandma Nana.
Grandma Nana, Piggy Bank, money saving tips.
Right.
And you know, key word here, financial literacy, wellness
Yes.
side. Wellness is the key word,
Yes, it is.
right?
Thank you.
Thank you. No, and a piggy bank wearing glasses.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. And I'm going to do some reading tonight, so thank you. I appreciate
good.
that. Yeah.
Well,
very
thank
much.
you, Brooke. I am delighted to be on your show.
No, thank you. It's a pleasure. We tried connecting for so long.
I know. The schedule was crazy.
But we did it.
We did
We
it.
did it. High five, man.
Exactly.
We are going to hear from Dr. Saul Coben, one of his patients, that has helped him tremendously, because I don't know about you, if you've ever gone through a major like injury or a herniated disc or a bulging disc or a knee injury or back surgery. So many people have to deal with the whole fallout from having that surgery. Well, at the Nerve and Disc Institute, that is a place that is medication-free, surgery-free, and they have this amazing, amazing advancement called intradisc neutrosis. Dr. Saul Coben, he is the founder. He's suffered many injuries personally, so he knows exactly what it feels like and how to get you back on your feet. Let's watch.
My name is Jane Didio. I'm from Macomb Township. My problem with my neck was pain, and I had numbness going down my arm. So I panicked, of course, when I felt the numbness. Had gone to a regular orthopedic and had been to Dr. Cogan before for my back. So I said, I wonder if Dr. Cogan can fix my neck. And he said, sure, come on in. He looked at my x-rays, and after probably, I want to say a couple weeks of treatments, even it started improving then, even by a couple weeks. And then eventually the pain and the numbness was gone. What was physically going on was I had, I think, a bulging disc that was pinching the nerve in my neck. So that's what he improved by the treatments. The treatment is relaxing to me. Yeah, sometimes I even fall asleep. The staff is amazing. Everyone here is so kind, so helpful. Anything that you need, the staff is just amazing. They really are. Oh, Dr. Kogan, he's a delight. He really is. I mean, he knows exactly what's going on with your treatment, and he takes care of you. It was very hard to lead a normal life when you have that kind of pain all the time and the numbness going down my arm. It was very, very difficult. Come here, see Dr. Kogan, let him look at your x-rays, and see if he can help you. Intradisc neutrosis is a lifesaver for some people, and for me, for the pain that I had, absolutely. Living in that kind of pain was awful for me. You get depressed. When you can't sleep, then of course you're up during the day trying to get through the pain that way. But yeah, it was very difficult. My husband noticed a big difference. You know, you can lead a life that's fulfilling when you're out of pain. I was really afraid that, do I have to live with this the rest of my life, being in pain like this? Yeah. And having the numb arm. I would definitely recommend Dr. Kogan and the Nerve and Disc Institute. It has helped me so much. And again, the staff here is just so wonderful.
And it's always so much fun to talk to Dr. Saul Kogan's patients, and you can book a free consultation at nervediscinstitute.com. They do have 3 locations: Clinton Township, Farmington, and Grand Blanc. And if you mention Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen, you will get 50% off your treatment plan. Well, it must be my lucky day because I have a second author with me. And so that means I get 2 books today. I'm so excited about this, Don.
Of course. I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you so much for joining me. And Don
course.
McClain, I know you as a PR person. That is how we met. And it is so interesting because when you said, oh, you know, I have a book, I see you on LinkedIn all the time, right? So that is, and if you don't recognize the blue, so the in crowd for LinkedIn Mastery.
Exactly.
So how long did this take to write?
Oh, it took about 2 years to write this book. So I initially started, I was, writing, trying to write most days, right? But I think after a while you realize that, the screen is a little too blank,
Right,
and it's hard to get some of that. So fun fact, I started doing these time audits. I don't know if you've ever done one of these, but like finding all the dead time in your day. Like,
Really? You have dead time in your day?
well, no, I don't. That's why I was having trouble writing it, okay?
yeah.
So I was like, when am I still? When am I not doing something? And I always love to be productive, which is one of the things. And I recognize, okay, I'm picking up my kids every day from school. I have to wait in this pickup line for 15 minutes to get a
Right.
decent position.
Yep.
And I said, what if I just start voice to texting it? And then also as an entrepreneur, of course, I have my own company, McClain Media, do PR and content marketing. And I realized I need to do one-on-one with myself now because I don't have a technical boss anymore, right? So I would take walks around the block and I just started voice to texting. And before you know it, I had about 70% of the book written just by voicing
Really?
it, and then I edited the rest.
Wow.
So,
That is awesome. So did you do that at the same time every day, or did it just depend?
no, it really just depended. I tried my best to, again, just as things came to me, or as I was reviewing, I'd find holes and I'd say, I need to talk about this for 10 minutes.
Right.
And so take a walk around my neighborhood,
That.
start voicing it, and then there it goes.
And here it is.
There it is.
Here it is.
Yeah, it took
Okay,
forever.
so why LinkedIn?
Of course, doing PR, right? That's how we
Yes,
met.
for sure.
So I've done a lot of executive thought leadership over the years. One of the things is always talking about CEOs and vice presidents and heads of companies and what they're doing to grow themselves. And of course, how do you show all these things? You have to show their thought leadership somewhere.
Right.
One of the places is LinkedIn.
LinkedIn, right.
Of course. So, whether we write contributed content for them or get them placed on certain podcasts or, TV or in newspapers or anything else, LinkedIn was always the place where everything came together.
Okay.
And so I realized, well, more people could take this approach. More people could take control of their career if they put the time into LinkedIn that these executives did. And so my book is very different than some of the other ones out there, because some of the others just focus on, this is how you set up your profile. This is, the next
Like a
step.
to-do list almost,
Yeah,
right?
and there is kind of the to-do list in there, because I wanted to make sure it went
Right, for
from
sure.
college all the way to, CEO level.
Right.
But there is, this book is for everyone, basically. And so, yeah, I was just really excited to be able to put it together in this way that had a PR lens.
Right.
So
I love this. So I did this with Dr. Oldham a minute ago as far as
Okay.
picking a chapter, right?
Oh, sure, yeah.
So let's see. So I just, page 119,
Okay.
growth tip number 20, write articles on LinkedIn.
Oh my
Okay, so this is intimidating because I'm on LinkedIn and all of that, and I'm like, you need to contribute more. You need to be, rather than
Yes.
posting links of the show or whatever, you got to write something. And I'm like, that's so intimidating to me. And I write.
Yeah. If we take a step back before that, and I'll answer that as well, but a lot of people approach LinkedIn without knowing their goals of being on LinkedIn. What's the point of being on there? It's like starting my business. What is the point of me starting my own business, right? And so we all have goals. We have goals for wanting to have this amazing podcast and wanting, yeah, of course, and do so many other things. So we need to approach LinkedIn from that perspective. We need to think about, like, what is the point of being on here? Maybe I shouldn't just fire it up every time I'm looking for something. A lot of
Right.
times I start with that question, and when I talk, I was speaking at South by Southwest, and I said, show of hands, how many people just fire up LinkedIn when it's time to find a new job?
When you have to put that
know,
open
every
to
2
work
years. Yeah.
frame on.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that's kind of a lot of people's strategy to it, and so you lose if you kind of just follow that. You just kind of stay in the same rut, unfortunately. But getting to your point about writing the articles, a lot of people are passive on LinkedIn, which is okay. You
I
can
might be a little passive, honestly.
that's totally okay. And then some people get used to posting, but it takes a lot to have like a regular cadence of content, as
And
you're well
algorithms and
aware.
everything, right?
And then I
Least
think
favorite
it's
word.
like, I think it's like there's just a few % of all of the active members that actually post regularly on LinkedIn.
How often do you post?
I post daily. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but nobody
Show
has
off.
to nobody has to necessarily do that. But then with the articles, as you mentioned, like out of all the people that are active, it's like 0.1% of the active people actually write an article on LinkedIn.
Okay.
So I just take some of the most common questions. People ask me, like, why should an investor, care what my LinkedIn profile looks like? It's like, okay, I'm going to write an article to tell you why, or people have asked me about, from a PR side, bridging statements. They don't want to answer a question.
Right.
So how do you
you
move
not
away
answer a
from- How do you not answer a question? Yeah. So
An article on LinkedIn.
I wrote an article on LinkedIn on bridging statements, and you know what? In the last week, I took excerpts of that and forwarded it to my clients, and it's like,
Awesome.
I don't need to charge them for some of the same things I'm doing every time, right? So,
But okay, so that brings me to another point though, because some people will say, okay, well, why should I give this information away for free on LinkedIn?
yeah, it's
What
the same
article's
as why
that?
would I write this book, and for $20 you can have all of my LinkedIn knowledge. It's like,
Right.
yeah.
Can have your followers too.
In reality, I mean, think about your day, right? You just, in the span of time that we all have, it's very difficult to find the time to do everything, right? So this book is as much lead magnet and support for my business as anything else. It's like, I want people to have this information, so I shared it. But if you don't have time to do this, certainly, that's something I can take care of.
He's like, call me at 1-800.
I'm not pitching. I swear to God. No, but that's the point. Like, not everybody is going to have time to do that. And with any article, that is the case. There is always people that want to bootstrap and do everything themselves, especially with ChatGPT. You can get quick answers and it'll just do it all for you, or you can, have an agent do it for you. But in reality, like, it's, I think you're building a better relationship with your target audience by giving them more than just, gatekeeping all the information.
See, I love that because those are, it seems like the two mindsets, right? So you either give the information out and have the idea that it's going to help you grow, or you keep it to yourself and you hope for the best.
Exactly. Yeah. I like to make sure that with LinkedIn especially, it's got to all come back to relationships. One of the things I mentioned in there about building your profile is don't be a robot, right? So many people think that, they have to.
Oh, the headshot, and they're very professional.
Well, the headshots is the whole thing too. Yeah, because some people will just take like the best photo from a wedding and they'll cut their partner out,
You see their arm on your shoulder.
Yeah, or worse. Sometimes you see like half their eye, or some people will take like a picture from a golf event and have their sunglasses on. I've seen all kinds of wild pictures.
Right. And LinkedIn's really not the place to do that, right? Or is it?
Yeah, I mean, not unless you're selling sunglasses.
Right. Okay. Because it is business.
Yeah, but you also want to balance it, right? We don't want to be a robot. So like I have a big vinyl collection at home. I love old records and things like that. So I put on my profile about my records,
Right.
or, I do martial arts and I've done that since 1995. So seems like forever now. But, sometimes like there is a really good lesson in there about discipline and loyalty and respect.
And focus, I would think too, right?
Focus and all of these things that relate to my business goals. And so once in a while I'll put those on there.
That's cool.
Or like, I told you about starting the business and needing my one-on-ones. My son, Max, I have two kids, Max and Evelyn. And I told Max, I said, I don't get a report card anymore. It's my clients either pay me or they don't, right?
They either renew or they don't.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So like I said, it's just the case of it. And he wrote a little 3x5 card or a sticky note.
How old is he?
He's 11 now,
Okay.
but he was 9 when he did it.
Okay.
And he wrote it out and he said, like A+ for coolness, A+ for, good at business, A+ for dad, that's.
Oh, you posted that, didn't you?
And I posted,
You posted
it.
that.
Yeah,
I
and
remember that.
I put that in the book too, just to show people, because people have asked me, well, I don't think I should share about my kids. And I said, well, yeah, it's not like Facebook where you show pictures of your kids every day, but if it fits your business goals, yes, you can talk about your kids.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
That's kind of like me on National Twinkie Day.
Yeah, exactly. You have to, again, you just have to make it fit for who you are. And the more that you let your full self come out,
Authentic is, right?
Yeah, the more you'll, connect with those people.
I love that. Thank you so much. How do people get this beautiful blue book that matches my nails, incidentally?
I love it. Yeah, it's on Amazon.com. So it was #1 in its first week back last June. But,
Awesome.
Yeah, very excited. So just Amazon.com, the In Crowd for LinkedIn Mastery. It's right there.
That is awesome. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to see you. And okay, so I usually do this with women in business.
Okay.
But I'm going to pick the card for you.
Okay. All right. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, actually, okay, go ahead. Pick one and then just get it back to me.
Oh, man. This one right here.
All right. Thanks. Okay. So you are the president of McClain Media,
Yes, ma'am.
but you are the only man. You work with all women.
That's correct.
How is that?
Oh, wow. I have worked with so many incredible women, and I just feel like, one of the reasons I started my business was because I wanted to make more time for my kids. I wanted to fit my business schedule around my life schedule, and so the more I've shared this, the more I've realized that there's a number of women that have similar, pieces in their life that they want to focus on. So, that's one of the reasons. And also just, I feel like I've worked with so many amazing women. They just produce such great work. So yeah, it's, there's 3 other women and me, and that's just how it works. I mean, graphic design, PR, and just overall communications. I mean, they're just each incredible in their field. And I wasn't necessarily trying to say like, oh, I'm not hiring any men, but
It just happened.
it happened. But it's, again, it's just because, women are dominant in this industry, and it's amazing to see. So.
Well, it's awesome, and I appreciate that. Thank you
Yeah, of
for you
course.
saying that. I mean, I think that speaks volumes about you. I'm looking forward to reading this. Thank you. Of course, as soon as we wrap up here, you will sign for me, correct?
Absolutely.
All right. I'm
Yeah.
excited, and it's always so nice to see you. And finally met Rachel. So exciting to finally connect with her, but to see you. And I just appreciate everything you do. So thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, she's one of the amazing women on my team. So very happy.
All right. High five, buddy.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
All right, so you hear me talk about all the time the Nerve Disc Institute, and I have spoken to so many of their patients. Dr. Saul Kogan, he has experienced injuries, so he knows what it's like to deal with chronic pain and how that affects your life. I mean, it's just miserable. So we had the chance to go to his office and chat with a few of his patients, and let's hear what Jane has to say. Okay, so Jane, this is your second time or second go around with the Nerve and Disc Institute.
Yes.
And you said Dr. Kogan helped you with a back issue?
Yes, lower back.
Okay.
Started with my lower back when I came here the first time. And I was in pain, bulging disc, and he helped me with that. And then once I was better with that, then when my neck issue came up, I ended up coming back, and he helped me with that also.
So chronic pain, you're no stranger to that. Right. How does that affect your life, living in chronic pain?
Being in chronic pain, it's hard to describe because you're depressed, you don't want to go anywhere. A lot of times you're not sleeping, so that affects your whole mood also. So yeah, being in chronic pain is no fun at all.
Well, I don't think you're in chronic pain anymore because you're smiling and happy. And so for anyone out there who may be in pain and think, you know what, I'm just going to deal with it, you don't have to deal with it.
No, you don't have to deal with it. There are options, and the Disc Institute is one of those options.
And so what do you think about Dr. Kogan personally?
Oh, I like him. I do like him.
I like him too. Never mind. Okay, so
Nice. He is
very nice, right?
Yes.
So
He's a fast mover.
yeah, snappy, right? You got to be snappy.
yes, you
Okay, but you play pickleball, being active, and how's the pain in the arm now?
It's gone.
Completely gone.
Completely gone.
Okay.
Completely gone. The pain in my neck and the numbness in my arm is completely gone.
And how long has it been gone?
Oh, it's been gone probably a year.
Okay. So do you still?
I still come for
Maintenance?
I come for maintenance.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Right now I come every 2 weeks just for maintenance, just to make sure that I maintain pain-free.
Right, and sometimes I think people think, oh, this will be a quick fix and I don't have to do anything else, but you really do, don't you?
Yeah, it's not a quick fix all the time. I've been coming for few years now, between my back and my neck, and then the maintenance. It is not a quick fix, and I'm so glad now to be pain-free. Just maintaining it is wonderful.
Right. So when you wake up in the morning, what's the first thing you think of?
What the first thing I think of? What am I going to do today?
Do you think, gosh, I can actually get up
Yes.
and I can go?
Yes, I do think that.
Yeah.
I can get up. I can get out of bed. I don't have the pain and the numbness down my arm. I can go. Yeah.
Okay, so what do you say to somebody out there who is saying, I'm going to deal with this chronic pain the rest of my life?
I say no. Don't do it, because that just brings you down. And I guess because I'm a happy person, and I can't imagine somebody living with that their whole life when there are options.
Right.
Yes.
Well, thank you. What a pleasure to meet. I think I've seen you on TV.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.